Okay guys, one of the things that we're going to go over now is we're going to go over how to create new files, new folders, and also basic navigation of the folder system. So one of the easiest things to do is to create a folder on the desktop or anywhere in the file structure. Really all you need to do is right click on anywhere on the desktop and it'll bring up the new and then folder, and there you go, you've created a new folder, and we can just call this whatever we want now. We'll just call it test for now, and we hit enter. So we've created that folder. Now we go into that folder and you'll see up here it'll give you where that folder is actually located. This can be important if you're looking for a certain file or a certain folder or something like that. You can see that it's in the C drive, and most always it's going to be in the C drive. So this will allow you to know exactly what drive it's on. C is usually your main hard drive. D is usually your CD drive. So you can see that we're on the C drive in the Documents and Settings folder, in Administration, or Administrator, I'm sorry, Desktop, and then Test, and that's the name of our folder. So if we want to right click right here and we go down to New, we can create a new text document right inside here, and we'll just call it text. And then when we open it, we can say this is our new document. Okay, and then all we need to do is file and save. There are two different options here. You have the save and the save as. Difference between the two: if you click save, it's going to allow you to just save it as the same name. If you click save as, you'll see that it'll give you the option to tell you where you would like to save it, as well as what you would like to save it as, and the different style. If it was a document in Word, you might save it as a .doc. We could save it as a rich text file or an RTF. There's different formats that we could save it as too, but we're going to just leave it how it is and just click save, and it'll ask us if we want to replace it. We'll hit yes, and then we can close it. Now let's say that we didn't have this little icon right here and we needed to find it. The easiest way to do that is we would go into my computer, and then like we said, we're going to have to go through the actual structure, and this is where we're actually going to navigate the file system. So we'll click on the C drive, or the local, as it says, local disk, and you might have to show the contents of this folder, so we'll go ahead and show that contents. And then you'll see three different folders here, or you may have more. That's okay if you have more, but the one we're looking for obviously is the Documents and Settings, because that's where we had it saved. Inside here is where all your user folders will be. Now I only have the administrator folder, but you may have 3, 4, 5 different users. Inside here, inside this folder where it says administrator, that is where all of the administrator files are. So if you create a new profile or a new username and you go on to your new one and you're missing something from your old username, as long as you have access to it, you can go through that and find different things. So if I click on desktop right now, you'll see the test folders right there. Now you don't see any of these icons over here inside here because these are system icons, but anything that you download, any folders you create, any documents you create should show up in here. Also, we're going to go back one and you'll see My Documents. This is the My Documents just for this user. So if you're ever looking for My Documents for this user or for a certain user, you go into Documents and Settings and Administrator, and you should see My Documents right there. This can be important for the test, so make sure that you understand what is actually happening here, where you're actually going, because I may ask you, how do I get to the My Documents folder from the C drive or from my computer? Okay? So we'll go back to desktop and go back to the folder that we were in. And there's my text file, and when I open it up, you can see this is our new document. Very simple, very easy. The next thing, I want to go over this inside Windows 7. So I'm going to go ahead and open Windows 7 now. And you'll see in the Windows 7 screen we can do the same things. We can right click and we still have our new, and we can click folder and we can do the same thing. We can call it test, and then we'll open up that folder and you'll see that the full name is not shown. It just shows me the test. Now if I hit this arrow here, it will allow me to move through different folders to find that, but it doesn't give me the whole name or structure of where the file is saved. But we'll go over that in just a second, because I want to show you that it's still the same. We can click new, we can do another text document, and we can just call it text. Now I'm not going to fill this one in because I went over that already. Pretty simple stuff, but now we've got a text document inside there. One of the major differences, though, as we were talking about with file structure in Windows 7 and in Windows XP, is when we go to it's not called My Computer, it's just called Computer here, you still have the C drive. When I click on the C drive, you're going to notice that I don't have documents and settings anymore. Okay, that's one of the big differences. Instead of being in documents and settings, it goes into the users folder. So we click on the users folder, and you can see there my name is Jim Morley. I obviously created the user as Jim Morley on this one. And when I click on that, you're going to see the same type of things. There's a few more different items here, but desktop is still right there. I click on it, and there's test, and inside that is my text file. Now up here you can see the path that I went through, and by just clicking on one of these, it'll take me back to the folder that I clicked on. However, if I just go to the desktop here and click on test, it doesn't show me the full path or structure that that folder has. So it's very important to pay attention to where you're saving stuff at. Now we will go over this on the test. I will ask you, say, if I'm at the desktop, what's the easiest way to get to the My Documents folder without clicking on it? There's a bunch of different ways to do it. You can tell me to go through My Computer, to go through the C drive, the users folder, or the documents and settings, click on the user you want, and then click on My Documents or Documents, and that will take you there. So that's one way to do it. There's other ways to do it, but this is one of the ways that I want you to understand. I want you to understand where you're going, where you're saving different things, and always pay attention to where you're saving something, because that can be a problem. If you don't pay attention to where you save something, you might not be able to find it. Okay? We'll go over a few more things this week. Notepad, WordPad, and I'm also going to show you guys how to do some screenshots for the assignment. This week isn't too terribly hard, but you guys should have fun with it, so good luck.